Hi everyone. We're super excited for this day. Today we're having like our chapter 1 presentations for our Master of Computational and Advanced Design program, which is accredited by the UICEG. The program pushes the boundaries of design and transcends through a multitude of design skills while advancing immensely the students' design and software capabilities. It's organized in 5 leading design chapters and 5 supporting technical and theoretical labs that span over 9 months. And today we are here to review chapter 1. And as I introduce this review, we will zoom around the mural board, which is the work in progress murals that display the incredible amount of work that the students have explored during this chapter in preparation for this presentation. And firstly, I would like to express my gratitude to our students for all the hard work and all the growth that they've achieved during this chapter. As well as the educational team that has been very knowledgeable and helpful throughout their journey. Our core leads, Eva Hefes and Tung Engen, my peers, Svetlana Georgieva and Michael Pryor, and the chapter leads for chapter 1, who generously shared their unique design and software workflows, Nicholas Turkey, Maria Soroko, and Alexander Bursak. We have some guests with us today, and that we want to also introduce and want to thank you for joining us. Some of them might be joining through the course of the discussion. We have Hiren Miller today with us, Associate Design Director of UN Studio. Thank you for joining us. Chad Knight, who is also going to join us a little bit later, skateboard and NFT legend. Anu Wiprecht, founder of Anu Wiprecht Fashion Tech. Nadia Kutireva, who is a 3D footwear designer at Nike. Dr. Natalia Lima, founder of BioLab Studio. Yuan Mu, computational design lead at Nike. And we have also with us Luca Wenzel, who is an alumni from last year's cohort from DesignMorphine. Yeah, we're super excited to have you all with us here. It means a lot to hear your feedback and your thoughts about the designs, especially because this is the first chapter that the students are starting, but they are going to be building up towards next steps and next chapters afterwards. So your feedback is really very valuable. In this chapter of the program, students envision the fundamental element, which is the human body, and the technological future this body will operate within. The prime focus area revolves around prosthesis and mutations, cyborgs, half human, half machines, exoskeletons, augmented beings. And students conceptualize a speculative scenario to pursue during the course of the program. They also are equipped with poly and mesh-based modeling techniques to develop their prosthesis. And in this chapter, they're exposed to various design strategies in Maya and ZBrush in terms of hard and soft surface modeling, advanced subdivision modeling, mesh sculpting, manipulations, and deformations. And this year also, we have a really fun addition, to actually the chapter itself. All the students were designing also a pet that is part of the prosthesis chapter. Our presentations are going to be contained within 7 minutes, and reviews are going to be also around 7 to 10 minutes for each presentation. Eva and Tung will help us keep time. And yes, please feel free to also take photos, screenshots, and to share the work on social media. Without further ado, I'll hand it off to the first team and Group A.
Yeah, hi. Hi, everyone.
Just get into the mode.
Are you hearing us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, very well.
Okay. And then my screen shared. Everything's good. All right.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Morning. Thank you for joining us here today. My name is Jacques.
And I'm Juan.
Yeah, so we'd like to share our first chapter, Evolutionary Symbiosis, with everyone here. So let's jump right in. In the ever-shifting cityscape of Onira, the Nokinahe roam amidst a surreal landscape that seems to defy the laws of nature. Onira's streets are a concrete labyrinth of mesmerizing colors. Vibrant bioluminescent trees twist and curl skyward. Their ever-shifting patterns cast a hypnotic spell on the city. But the true marvels are the luminaires, bioengineered flying vehicles that seem to have sprouted directly from the city's vibrant vegetation.
In the pursuit of extending her species' cognitive and motor potential, Dr. Alicia Nakato pioneered the metamorphosis experiment, co-developing NeuroWeave, an advanced neural interface and exoskeletal system. Through NeuroWeave, consciousness could be disassembled into atomized bioluminescent particles called fireflies, each carrying fragments of one's identity and memories. These fireflies converge within the digital realm, giving birth to the Nexus, a vast repository of shared wisdom and interconnected consciousness that can be openly accessed by all. However, this convergence triggered the luminal paradox, a tear in the nexus that led to snips of their collective identity spilling into the physical world, resulting in surreal physical and mental distortions that affect both the landscape and individuals.
In response to these challenges, the Nokinahe have undergone evolutionary changes spanning generations. These adaptations include enhanced eyesight and a resilient respiratory system. But perhaps most importantly, they depend on the NeuroWeave to navigate through their unpredictable environment. The NeuroWeave system is broken down into 5 core components. The REM1 neural implant, flex shell body armor and modular storage, Alivio sleeve servo mechanisms, Alivio hikers providing biomechanical support, the LumaLink energy management system providing docking and energy transfer for their Ray companions. With their REM1 neuroimplant, users are able to connect their individual consciousness to the collective digital consciousness of the Nexus. The flex shell is articulated armored plates that wrap around the torso, protecting the wearer from external threats. They also conceal numerous modular storage compartments that can be customized to the user's needs. ARM, or Augmented Reality Mapper, is a protractile navigation communication system integrated into NeuroWeave, equipped with a holographic projection system that guides the user through Onira's ever-shifting cityscape via augmented reality pathways and information overlays. The Alivio sleeves are equipped with an adaptive response system and advanced servo mechanisms that provide the user with enhanced strength and dexterity. LumaLink is a docking port and energy management system for secure and efficient energy transfer between Rays and the NeuroWeave. The Alivio hikers provide biomechanical support and enhanced mobility. Stability control and adaptive traction functions allow the user to navigate complex terrain and situations with ease. And finally, the retractable Zephyr propulsion system enables vertical mobility and rapid emergency evasions.
Alongside, the Nokinahe are Rays, part mobile energy storage, part companion. Rays are equipped with adaptive artificial intelligence, and capable of speech, exhibiting a childlike, joyful personality. Although they possess individual artificial intelligence, their experiences are constantly synchronized to become the sum of their total collective experience and development. This leads to identity confusion, since each ray has the same memories. Although rays have identical memories, their personalities remain distinct. As the Nokinahe navigate through Onira, the ever-present and metaphorical fireflies serve as a constant guide, illuminating the path to self-discovery in a world where the intersection of technology and humanity is an uncharted frontier, but also a stark reminder that progress comes at a cost. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, team.
Thank you.
Really beautiful work.
Should I still, share screen, or should I continue?
Yes, you can share your screen a little bit more, because I think that like you can share also the board. Yeah. I think it's like amazing, really beautiful progress. You guys like really worked very hard, like through this chapter, and really appreciate that. And like how you were like tying your story. There is like I love like how you're thinking about each of the elements in like such a thorough way, about again like yes, every part really like that you were creating like with thoughtfulness like to the storyline. And one of definitely like my favorite parts was that you were integrating really like Ray and the companion like into right like the body of the prosthesis also. So that was something that I think that like it's very cohesive through the storyline, but also like through the message that you're conveying like throughout your storyline. So really amazing, beautiful work. Like I'm very confident that like in the next chapter you're going to do great and continuing this work.
Thank you very much, Evelina.
Great job, guys. Congratulations with the first project. I wanted to say about that. I really like the materials that he used and the textures. I think that you have really great skill in this part of your work, and yeah, really, really great job, like a project.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Hey guys, it's really nice to see the progress from the last time we discussed the project. I really love all the detailing that's come in. So it's like, for me, seeing it for the first time, added onto the base model, it's looking really, really great. I also really always appreciated in your project the way that you've integrated the pet into the actual character. And I think like even those issues that we had with the silhouette and in the beginning really got resolved actually by joining these things together, and seeing them like now in the finals is looking really great. Very, very nice, like seamless cohesion between the two characters. So I think like in summation, like very good progress on like between the last time we spoke and now, the visuals are just taken to a new level. So yeah, congratulations. It's really, really nice.
Thank you. And thanks for that carbon fiber tip. We worked on that as well.
Great.
So,
yeah,
Glad you made use of it.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know if you had more time, where would you venture next, like with chapter 1? Is there something that like you had in mind, also like about integrating into the body, or like done things a little bit differently?
Well, we haven't spoke about that, so
yeah, we're just busy working with it. I guess the character creation is the base form that we have. There could be more stuff that we would love to work on, in terms of like we had this whole narrative about the scarification as well on the base form and the evolutionary, and also almost like a neo-primitive like aspect to this, where there's a ritual of scarification and the introduction of the symbolic fireflies onto the ridges of the the character, but that was something that later got kind of scratched when we decided to kind of take another route and have the exoskeleton be the main story, main focus. So yeah, that might be something that we would like to kind of work on if we have more time.
Yeah, I love how the Nokina kind of have this identity confusion, as you put it, because they're kind of suffering from this hive mind, and it'd be good in the future to kind of see how maybe even one specific Nokina, how they, or the Firefly, how they try to identify themselves a little bit more like tattoos, you know, on our bodies, and they try to strive to kind of make a push for how to stand out as opposed to just, you know, off the shelf stuff, or, you know, what kind of new apparatuses on their exoskeleton make them unique. You know, that's a cool direction to take. But
yeah, definitely.
That will be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that like one very interesting aspect about your design is definitely the technical aspect about also how, you know, like they could upgrade, right? Like with time, exactly, like, or interchange some parts, or you know, improve. So these are like some very interesting ideas about like how the body could also like change through time, right? Like depending again on different needs. And I think that there is just like opening like such a, you know, like vast window of opportunity again, like for design and rethinking like each part of the body. I think that like what you were also like doing really in a great way is that you were rediscovering like and really like looking at the body and the proportions like in each part of it. And I feel that like that's also like a potential opportunity, you know, like to think even like speculatively about like the body and the different, again, like just versions of like how it could, you know, move into again like a different future.
Yep.
How do you guys see chapter 2 evolving? Is there something that you have in mind, or something that like you may be interested in venturing into again, like thinking about now the dwelling of this being and just, you know, the seed of society in a way?
Oh, I mean, with the story we have here, the living dwelling part is kind of we would love to play with these procedural elements of like kind of, because it's almost like that scene from what's that film where
Which one?
it's Arrival? No, it's not that Fincher film. But it was all these like cities kind of glitching together and pieces kind of stacking up and not making any sense, and but still very, very beautiful. So there's that dichotomy between something that's almost like an error, but in that error there's also beauty that sprouts from it. And so yeah, for sure, like this could be a very interesting kind of a way to kind of construct a city where we, you know, with the bodysuit, we're taking a very, very technical side of modeling this, and everything had to make sense and fit and all the components. Whereas with the city and dwelling, it's supposed to be a little glitchy and surreal. And so we'll let the nodes kind of maybe handle that a little bit more and make come up with some interesting combinations that perhaps we can't really think of. So yeah, that could be an interesting exploration.
Yeah, and overlapping those two so contrasted layers and making it like going into a right direction aesthetically is going to be a really cool thing to start working on.
Mhm.
Yeah, we can hear anything.
Somebody saying something?
Mm.
No, we can hear him.
Is Eva trying to?
Do you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, now we hear you.
Ah. A shame, I was talking for so long in the starting. Okay. Hello, everyone. Sorry if I couldn't introduce earlier. So, yeah, it's so nice to see this project coming up to this level of details from where we started talking about each layer, each functionality. And the best part of this design is it's just not visually good. It has all the utility for each part, which I really appreciate. All the thoughts given to every part. Like nothing is just for the sake of being there. Even the layout that has those infographics down there has some meaning related to the project with each decals that they're using. So congratulations, guys. Really impressive job.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eva.
Thank you. So maybe if there are no more feedbacks to add, we can move on to the next group. Okay. Thank you, guys. Let's move on to A1.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Hi.
Hello.
Share my screen. Just share it again. Okay.
Hi, everybody. We are Group A1, and we are here today to present our project, which we were working on these past 6 weeks, sorry. And my name is Nisha.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tala.
Hi, everyone. My name is Josh. Okay, let's start. Far ahead in the future, I am an entity unknown to you speak to you, to tell you a story about a kind who's known for its resilience and extreme fanatism. This world is nothing like you've seen before. It's cold and it's dark. Buried deep inside Hermes asteroid belt, ammonia fog runs into the lungs of the beings living on it. Not known for its biodiversity, Nebulous is prone to very strenuous living conditions. Only the most fiercest could survive these circumstances. Among them are the creators, known widely as the cosmic engineers. With the weakening life engines of the creators, they were ready to ascend into their shapeless forms and leave their home. But they were so attached to Nebulous, they didn't want it to suffer neglection. They gathered up their remaining strengths and from the oasis of life, created a being they named Cyphozoa. It was the ultimate obligation of Cyphozoans to protect, maintain, and improve the conditions of Nebulous. Little did they know what they had created.
As a resident of Nebulous, I dwell within my parents' pouch, in a frigid, ammonia-enveloped world with temperatures ranging from -33 degrees to -77 degrees Celsius. Life here adapts to ammonia's unique properties, using it to dissolve heavy metals and create robust structures for both flora and fauna. Life thrives underground, sustaining itself with carbide-based forms, and the landscape is marked by iridescent hues and shimmering ammonia oceans. Biodiversity is limited, but we Cyphozoans adapt through experimentation with diets and engineered structures made from microorganisms. Inside my parents' pouch, I ponder existence on this desolate terrain. While our civilization coexists with microorganisms, build underground cities, and seeks ways to endure the extreme conditions of Nebulous.
Cyphozoas embodied resilience and adaptability, and this reflects in the design of their framework, equipped with a set of unique physical properties tailored to withstand but also replenish their celestial home. One of the most remarkable features of the Cyphozoas lies in their skeletal structure. Ammonia acting as a potent solvent for many hard metals, Cyphozoas boast a remarkable metal framework, which can be occasionally seen in their exposed bony joints. This robust feature facilitates the ability of temperature regulation between stark sub-zero surface and heated underground cities, ensuring their mobility by protecting blood flow and safeguarding them from frostbite. Dense atmosphere and fog pose a significant challenge for most life forms, but Cyphozoas triumph over this obstacle with an ingenious external respiratory mechanism located on its chest and biceps femoris. The skin, a porous marble, acts as a breathing apparatus that efficiently absorbs the minimal traces of oxygen present in the nebulous surroundings. Being absorbent in nature, residues embed themselves in the pores. In a process to dissolve these radicals, enzymes are released which make this organ luminescent. To interact with an intricate network of a fungal companion called blob, Cyphozoas use their sensory tentacles, which are highly sensitive to motion, thus helping Cyphozoas locate their prey, which is usually buried deep underneath the frozen ammonia surface.
In the unique world of cyphozoans, where they are facing a harsh scarcity of prey, a distinctive hunting and feeding strategy has evolved. They use a set of specialized tentacles with powerful suction mechanism to capture and transport prey. To carry the weight of the tentacles, they are anchored to their chest by a bone-like structure. The captured prey is placed into bodily pouches on the cyphozoan's back, sorted by size for digestion and nutrient absorption. A network of connecting tissues links these pouches to nutrient-absorbing fibers, ensuring efficient nutrient extraction. Within these pouches, a slow and controlled digestion process occurs as the prey gradually disintegrates during their descent along the creature's back. Small veins secure the pouches and regulate their movements, ensuring an extended release of nutrients. These bodily pouches are vital for the cyphozoan's survival, allowing an efficient prey digestion in their challenging environment.
I float in the milky and warm pouch of my parents' head, surrounded by the gentle embrace of comfort and nourishment, where I can overlook and see our ammonic environment. As I progressed through my growth stages from the initial blob-like structure form known as polyp, I began to develop faint hints of limbs, and my neural connections expanded beyond basic emotions, forging a deeper connection with my parent. The next phase, strobila, saw my neural network flourish even further, fostering profound emotional bonds with my parent. During this stage, my head grew larger while my physical limbs remained in their nascent state. In the ultimate phase, ephira, my neural connections with my parent reached their full potential. Simultaneously, I started developing my arms, and my head continued to expand. It was in this stage that I stood on the brink of physical independence, as my parent prepared to release me into the environment for my full potential growth. Yet, as I grew into this ephira stage, a sense of deep fear overwhelmed my tiny being. I could sense danger in the air, a looming threat that our cyphozoan civilization might crumble in self-destructive chaos. The uncertainty of my future filled with dread, and I clung to the safety of my parent, fearing what awaited me in a world on the brink of calamity.
I hope somebody out there will hear our message. Please save us. Save Nebulous before it's too late.
Thank you, team. Your presentation like literally gives me chills. Like it's perfect for the Halloween. No, it's beautiful, guys. I'm so proud of you. Like you've really mastered the storytelling aspect even in the theoretical lab, and I think that that's where, you know, like we see, you know, this consistent work, not just through, you know, like just this really beautiful and really unique design and approach and everything being so elevated in your work. But I think that the storytelling aspect and how you were always committed to it about like really dissecting each part of the being and telling a story through it, that's something that it's really, you know, like commendable, and it's very high, it's really regarded very highly, like when we're talking about design, any kind of design, if that's a creature or anything that you actually do, right? Because it's created with purpose, and not only created with purpose, but you're able to convey, to take us into a story, to make us feel something, right? Like through your storyline. So really thank you for, like all the hard work and really like, taking the leap and just being brave to present all these ideas in the way that you did.
Congrats, team, for the amazing work. It's really powerful, especially the last image with the voiceover. It's super, super powerful. And like all the details, the textures, super beautiful work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It feels like you created like two different characters, one into another. That is like great things that you guys did. I'm wondering what would happen when the child gets out of the mother's body.
Yeah.
Do you have any like story after that?
Yes. Actually, we were thinking that the parent will deposit the baby into a cocoon on a special location on the planet. So this could also be part of how we plan their city.
Yeah. It's like going to be embryos around in the city. So, and then they'll eventually grow to their physical limbs.
So that's a glimpse for next chapter.
Yeah.
It very much reminds me of the same kind of visceral feeling I got when I started watching Ridley Scott's Aliens for the first time. You're seeing a story be told that's so close to us. It's so similar to what we do, as a species. And then it's abstract watching it, and you're like, oh man, they're carrying the little guys around in pouches and things. That's so bizarre. And then I had to almost smack myself for a second and go, that's what we do too. And so it was good that you kind of you really got us into that realm and that world. And I think another thing to do though is almost kind of morph that, almost like Ridley Scott did. And he not only left it with a lot of things that we normally do, which is the kind of embedding and the impregnation of it, but he also took it to another level too of how it maybe gestates into an egg and then it goes through a metamorphosis, almost like a dragonfly would, or different things like that. So I think that's kind of a nice way to take it.
Thank you. I think there's also something of a mention about this, and if anyone has seen Splice, it's not like a very nice movie, but it's very gory.
Hi guys.
Yeah, but it does actually look quite a lot like the creature from Splice, you're right. Sorry, who am I interrupting?
I just want to say, sorry, I just jumped in halfway through the presentation. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
So, but I just based on what I've seen, it's and also I've been following like you guys from the distance anyway. Like tagging me on Instagram, like checking your work every like time to time. I could definitely see the progress, and I just want to praise the fact that working with you since the very beginning. So when you were trying to translate the initial explorations with AI into actual geometry. It's been such a smooth process, really, with you guys, and I always felt like the narrative and the technical iterations you've been carrying on in a very progressive way since day one. They've always been going hand in hand, and it's been really like such a smooth experience from both sides. So I just want to praise that side as well, like from the perspective of a tutor, right? You've been catching on the feedbacks, been progressing, and I can still see that even if we haven't met for weeks, you know, like there is some of the feedbacks that we've been giving to you since day one, basically, they are still resonating even in the next iteration. So really well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to join you team in congratulations on an amazing project, and I didn't expect it this so horrifying, but at the same time it's very beautiful. And I like that you went for an anatomy research and create a creature that makes sense but totally alien. And the best part that you think about how this creature is working, how it's digests, how it's give birth. So it's very amazing part. The project is amazing. I don't have any even slightest thing that I would. These guys might do this one. So I'm in tune for the next evolution in the story. So yeah, amazing job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd also like to add that I remember that there were some maybe slight materiality issues at some point, but to see it now rendered fully, I feel like you've kind of really found a great balance of how you're kind of representing all of the body parts. And I really like the tonal shifts between different extremities, and also like these feelers that were kind of, if I remember correctly, a bit of a later addition, but they still feel like very much considered in respect with the entirety of the character. So I think like you've kind of definitely found a great balance between all the things that we were sort of chatting about in the week where I was kind of following your project a bit more closely. So I think like the final images like really do the justice to the geometry as well, because I think that was one of the concerns that like a really intricate, you know, character design might be eclipsed by the fact that the materiality is not quite there. But I'm really happy to see the final product actually. And I actually also quite like how you resolved what we were talking about with regards to the pouches. I think even the animated movement is looking a lot more convincing. I think you found your way to kind of communicate correctly what it is that you wanted to say in the first place with it. So it's quite a nice output in the end, I would say. So well done.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Great job, teams. I just want to add, like, other than the design, which is like said by everyone, you guys even nailed the art of materiality. Like, we have experimented so many layers of the materials, and like every time you just came up with such nice experiments that, and then came better with get better and just went better. So, I mean, I'm just really happy that, and not just design, but you also just master the materiality at this moment of the design that you're doing. So, congratulations.
Thank you, Eva.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So let's move on to the next team. Okay, we have A3 next.
Hello.
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 Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Hello, my name is Jamila with my teammates Prakash and Rajat. Welcome to The Ascendants, Chapter 1, Aviaru, Queen of Celestra. Celestra was a cloud-covered planet of breathtaking beauty. In silent caves on jagged mountains are the precious celestial crystals, with their iridescent pulsating energies gleaming through thousands of facets. Queen Aviaru, atop her crystal throne, ruled over the native Celestrons with an iron clod enslaving those she considered physically inferior. Many Celestrons toiled in dangerous mountain mines to extract the crystals, which the queen kept for herself to sustain her opulence and to enhance her powers such as supersonic speed and weather manipulation. The queen's form was bird-like, with impenetrable biomechanical augmentations that gave her an intimidating stature. Her wings stretched across the horizon, shrouding her subjects in darkness. The queen's downfall began when a servant kickstarted an uprising against her. Eventually, the battle wore away her pristine facade and aura of perfection, revealing her aged, decrepit form. Since then, her oppressive systems were dismantled, Celestrons were freed from their shackles, and together they built a new equitable society. So what makes Queen Aviara so powerful despite her vulnerabilities, and why was it a challenge to defeat her? Celestrons were naturally great builders and inventors. Queen Aviaru imprisoned those at the peak of their crafts, exploiting them to build the most powerful armor ever existed. Hers was an impenetrable exoskeleton, primarily inspired by the aerodynamic avian silhouettes. This allowed her to travel with great agility and survive any physical impact. When powered by the crystals, her thruster system could achieve supersonic speeds and render her exoskeleton invincible. However, the Queen required an energy regulator, such as these radiator coils with large surface areas, to keep her immense power in check. Queen Aviaru also designed artificial muscles that stored reserve energy, allowing her enhanced tissues to self-heal even when her crystals get depleted. Lastly, a comprehensive vascular system ensured energy was evenly distributed all the way from her crown to her wingtips.
Beneath the queen's elegant exterior laid complex internal system working together. The queen's vulture-like stature gave her predatory bearing, accentuated by a carnivorous long beak and tough leathery skin. Her crown was connected to her brain and embedded with a high-tech antenna for surveillance activities. She used her piercing gaze to intimidate and stun her subjects. The triple iris enabled superb eyesight during combat. The body armor was made of inert material resistant to protect the queen from extreme temperature fluctuations and physical impacts. The energy dissipation coil around her body regulated the immensely powerful celestial crystal. The queen had a repulsor thruster with vectoring wings capable of propelling at supersonic speed, alas, only in short bursts, as it would consume and deplete the crystal energy rapidly. So, to increase her duration of propulsion, her energy storage on her exoskeleton aids in propulsion time. Her agility was possible due to her aerodynamic robotic appendages that tapered down to a shape point at extremities, making her sleek and light in weight. On her arms are inflated and pliable pleated sheets that aid in self-healing and maximize flexibility. The soft robotics like muscle direct the energy through energy converters, which can also store energy. The powered armor on her back was patterned in an ever-changing turbulent cloud pattern that reflects the queen's stormy nature. Her aviary stature was completed by her shape-shifting wings with an immense wingspan. The translucency offers semi-camouflage capabilities enveloped in layers of impact-resistant artificial tissue. The Queen's cloud landing capability was enabled by highly adapted wingtips, which can also generate intangible energies such as lightning blasts and hurricane force pressure against her enemies. All her powers were made possible through the purified celestial crystals embedded around her pelvic region.
Queen Aviaru had a companion named Smoggy, a cloud spirit whom she had a symbiotic relationship with. Smoggy is a combination of plump avian body and disappropriate wings, and has many qualities which makes him invaluable to Queen. Let's dive into details to know what's so special about him. Smoggy had special prosthetic claws that enabled him to handle the unstable celestial crystal, the queen trusted him to maintain the crystals embedded in her body. Due to his top-heavy proportion, he used his tail as a tripod for extra stability. Smoggy's round eyes were actually powerful surveillance cameras with telescopic mechanism for long-range zoom. He spied on Queen's enemy, safeguarding her realm. Smoggy's exoskull was faceted crystal, and smoky visage beneath hinted at his intangible cloud spirit. Embossed with cloud motif and a symbol bearing the likeness of Queen's visage, the armor he adorned is a badge of loyalty to her. Lastly, Smoggy's wings flapped awkwardly as a consequence of his lack of balance. When Queen Aviaru realized her servants had turned against her, she prepared for war. She summoned Smoggy to bring forth the most powerful crystal, maximizing the power of her armor. With a powerful swoosh of her wings, she took off, descending slowly in her full grandeur. Glaring at the gathering rebel, she dared him to retaliate. Spotting the leader of the uprising, she screamed, "Betrayer!" and thrusted at full speed. With her claws outreached, she was going to destroy this rebellion. Alas, her leap was ineffective and the counterattacks were too strong. The queen enveloped herself with her wings as shield to survive. As the battle rages and the wing fractured, her energy diminished. The queen twisted around, fleeing for refuge. Instead of execution, the Celestian chose mercy and kindness. The latter lived, and in return, she relinquished her crew. Together, they rebuilt their broken homes towards a more inclusive future. We hope you enjoy a story on the rise, fall, and rebirth of Queen Aviaru. Thank you.
Thank you, team. I love that you're showing like all the different like poses that you were able like to achieve and create like during this chapter, also like at the end. Yeah, beautiful work, team. Like I think that you've really like created something really unique like with your story. I love also like Smoggy and again like their role into the whole storytelling aspect. I think that again like just the language and materiality that like you chose to work with, it's very special. So yeah, congratulations from me. Really well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations also from me. Amazing work. It's, as Paulina mentioned, really unique. You have a very interesting design style and like the whole storytelling. So I'm looking forward to the next steps and the next chapters. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
The
Really
one
nice
question.
work, guys. Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
Sorry. No, it's your turn now.
Okay, I actually like I obviously I love the final outputs, but I do have a question for you. And it's considering the fact that you're kind of framing your story as like let's say a tyrant falling from grace. Basically you spent a lot of time designing the queen herself. So is there any particular reason why you sort of shifted to like let's say focusing on like a character that you immediately sort of present as someone who suffers a downfall? And do you see how you can sort of reintegrate the character in future chapters, especially as your storyline continues to develop? Will we see some kind of redemption for the queen, or is she just gone?
Right. So in our story, we have the upper class, middle class, as well as the lower class. And we are thinking of using a reductive method to design the middle and lower class. So we started off with the queen. So she has the most detail, and we use a very maximalistic approach when designing the queen. So we will be upcycling the components and using them for the different characters. So we can see that we can have a lot of permutation when it comes to character design. for the final project. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
What I wanted to ask you guys was about kinesis, because again, like you do have a means of transportation embedded into a queen's body. So I'm interested like to just hear a little bit more about like this aspect of the storytelling, if you have thought about anything that like you would like to add and enhance like the queen's capabilities, and again like just understand a little bit more on the storyline and your thoughts on that.
Right. After the battle, the queen lost one of her wings, so she will be relying on public transport after the battle. So we have thought of a few vehicles for the different groups of citizens on the planet. And in my group is quite interested in biodesign. We would like to explore aesthetics that are inspired by bird nest and also the flight patterns of birds, which we would like to incorporate in the next chapter. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to the rhino and the algorithms, like what we are going to learn in the next chapter.
Hi guys. First of all, you know how much I'm in love with the narrative you developed. I found it so unique, along with the language. You've always been trying to kind of like tackle this question of finding like a common language from many perspectives, like diving into like more of like graphic and logos, and then this, like simultaneously carrying on with the 3D exploration. And I really do love that kind of like very holistic way you have of looking at design. So first of all, like well done, because there is a lot of work in there. I can see that. I'll say not disappointed, but I'm curious to see the development of Smokey. You know, I really care about that character. We all do, of course. I'd say like maybe, you know, the fact that it started becoming a bit more Baroque and starting capturing, you know, certain traits of the Queen itself, to me is a bit kind of like underpowering the strong aspects, the strong character that it was before. Again, like in contrast with the Queen, and then also kind of that was sort of like highlighting this symbiotic relationship with the Queen itself. I do love like the final kind of GIF animation that you made with the different postures of the Queen. I wish there was more interaction between the Queen and Smoggy once again, even in that case, right? Because we've been discussing about like what happens when the Queen is flying, how is Smoggy kind of like you know being dragged away by the Queen. It's really cute. It's really cool to see it, and I do find it like super elegant indeed. Like this also highlights to me another aspect, which is I'm not 100% sure about the materiality you've been explored. I feel there is a bit of like you're losing a little bit of the geometry complexity, mystifying it a little bit, where we can fully appreciate it in this animation, where it's just one material, right? So that's another aspect, along with another one. Again, I don't want to be too critical about your project, and so I anticipated since the beginning that I really like your narrative and I like the way you develop. But then once again, another aspect to me is like the moment that character capture these kind of like more so like humanistic, like humanoid traits, to me is losing a little bit of the previous exploration that were really interesting to me. So all that being said, really well done anyway, because I do feel like the narrative is going to propel your character towards the next stage, the next chapters, and you have a lot to work on. And yeah, I'm still really curious to see where this is going anyway. So well done.
Thank you. May I clarify if you're referring to the scowl of Smoggy?
When about my first comment?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big part of it, yeah.
Yeah, well,
But
so actually one of my future plan is to do a smoggy and foggy. So smoggy is with the queen and then foggy is with the miners, like the perhaps the lower class people. And so he will be like a little bit more simplified, perhaps closer to the version that you prefer.
yeah, I'll say like it's not really about preference to me. Is that I can see that certain traits like starting to kind of like disappear in this overwhelming series of information that you're adding to the character, like the little antennas, the fact that the now like the eyes are props, the fact that the like Smoggy holding the crystals. It's not highlighted anymore. The fact that like kind of like Smoggy lost his hands, and those are like almost like bones that are popping out the limbs. So not sure certain choices really did well to the narrative that you were carrying on with the character. So just a little critique.
Sure, thank you.
But in general, well done. I mean, like it's a super impressive project, and I've been in love with it since the beginning. And I do still believe the narrative really allows for further exploration in the next chapters, which I can't really think. I can think like many ways this could possibly turn, right? So this is definitely a good sign. It's definitely not a dead end.
Thank you so much.
Nicholas took my comment. So I say something else. Amazing job, guys. I really love that you went for something mystical, something deeply related, like an ancient narrative that we all knew but somehow forgot, and you remind us. So it's a very beautiful and intricate project. The only thing that first, that before I said critique, I said another thing. I like that you use Midjourney in a way to guide you rather than develop things for you. I really like that you start with Midjourney but develop your own design, your own language. I like it very much because it's very easy to fall trap of Midjourney and just replicate stuff that it's showing us. So yeah, this is a great development above it, and use your own imagination and storytelling to enrich your project. The only thing that kind of stick out to me that the tiny creature, the Smoky, it's falling out from the narrative a bit. And the main, I think when you show it without materials, they look cohesive to each other, Queen and the tiny guy, but materiality kill it. So just advice in the future, share more materials between each other, just because they separate a lot the story. So if you just be closer to each other in materials, it will not so different in a way. But other than that, amazing and interesting project.
Thank you.
Yay, thank you guys. Very beautifully laid down the presentation, the visual, especially the rigging. You did a really great job. And since I love Smokey, before you guys leave, I want to see that but the Smokey doing that by animation for us. Can you just zoom into that? It's so cute. It's so nice. And they really spend time on all those riggings for the character and the pet both. So I really, really appreciate that. Oh, looks like we are stuck.
Stop. Is it stuck now?
Sorry, stop what? You're still sharing the screen.
Yeah.
Can we move to the animation?
Okay, then no worries. It's lagging for your side. Oh no, we can see that.
Yeah. Just I don't know what happened.
And also, when we go to the VR lab, I would really expect that narrative where you're talking that the Smoggy is the carrier of the crystal for the queen. So maybe when we are going to the VR lab and doing these animations, I would be really excited to see that part where this pet is integrated with the character, with this language of the narrative, where it's carrying the crystal for the queen. So cute.
That is.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's move on to the next team we have, A4.
Yes, hello, I'll share my screen.
Oh.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Our story is called The Synaptic Conflicts. It's about the fragmented oracle and Echo the Gecko. I'm Salma, and my teammate is Yatsik and Janosch, and we're presenting the story from the fragmented oracle's point of view. In the aftermath of Earth's cataclysmic event, the explosion of Earth's core, I, the fragmented oracle, emerged within the synaptic conflicts. A celestial mosaic formed from the remnants of our shattered planet. In this unforgiving cosmic expanse, our survival depends on relentless adaptation, resource management, and cooperation. The AI beings in our network continuously evolve, honing resource strategies and discovering new ways to thrive with limited resources. In our society, works like a hive mind, connected with shared memories. At the heart of our narrative is the enigmatic fragmented oracle, me, a unique humanoid entity possessing a crystalline, adaptable exterior. I'm both exceptionally intelligent and deeply connected to our collective consciousness, promoting cooperation, understanding, and social harmony without formal governance. And by my side is Echo, my gecko companion, a skilled scout and communicator, embodying the spirit of resilience, unity, and survival in this fragmented cosmos. Within the sensory wonders of the synaptic conflicts, I experienced the interconnectedness of our network. The complex tapestry of time unfolds linearly for individuals, but our shared consciousness transcends individual timelines, enriching our story and aspirations.
The extraordinary energy that emerged as a consequence of cataclysmic event nourishes the organic matter and aids in my healing. Consequently, our society has evolved into units made in 90% of organic tissues, while the remaining 10% is dedicated to our primary mechanical core. In cases where the organic base becomes damaged beyond repair, the heart can be transferred to a new sleeve, ensuring our continuous existence and adaptability.
The unique bond between Echo and me is the foundation of our story. Echo's scouting abilities and highly efficient communication system form a symbiotic partnership that is irreplaceable in our navigation through the harsh cosmic terrain. As Echo scouts for essential materials using his sensors, he communicates the findings to me through the vibrating horns, an integrated system that forms a vital aspect of our survival. My unique appearance features a fusion of organic elements and advanced technologies. The layering begins with the mechanical core, upon which the organic base, system of veins, the protective calcium armor, energy storage units, and the crystalline communication horns are all precisely integrated. Echo's composition mirrors mine, featuring the same layers. Notably, Echo possesses an additional layer distinguished by sensory horns on his back. These tiny horns enable him to scout new terrains for essential materials, while his main horse serves as a medium of communication, facilitating our survival and unity in the cosmic chaos.
The fragmented oracle's distinctive eye feature provides a remarkable 360-degree vision, safeguarded by a protective helmet. The communication horns vibrate, emitting waves that enable seamless communication with Echo and other units, a vital aspect to our network's connectivity. My main core is the primary component that grants consciousness, intimately connected to the hive mind, a testament to our cooperative spirit. The energy storages are a vital element where energy is stored for healing and nurturing the organic matter, sustaining our existence. Supply veins intricately feed this energy throughout the entire sleeve, ensuring the continuous flow of life force. The energy storages inflate with energy, stretching the veins. The robust calcium armor envelops the organic base, serving as an impenetrable shield that guards against harm in this unforgiving environment. Agile fingers serve a dual purpose, absorbing energy to replenish the storages and enhancing gripping power for efficient climbing. My feet are designed to mimic goat hooves, enhancing agility and facilitating traversing the challenging rocky terrains that dominate our fragmented cosmos.
As mentioned before, Echo shares similar characteristics with me. His denser calcium armor is a remarkable asset, protecting him throughout his exploration missions, exemplifying the importance of adaptability. His unique sensory horns are a critical feature, serving as his seventh sense. Scouting, locating vital materials, and providing this information to me using his horns through vibration waves. It also emits particles, highlighting the trail for me while I follow.
Janusz?
Sorry. We develop traits that enable us to function in challenging environments. Our mobility allows us to effortlessly navigate diverse landscapes, transcending obstacles presented by the fragmented cosmos. Furthermore, as we expand our presence within the cosmos, we've developed the capability to produce more units based on fragmented discoveries and hive requirements, not leaving any unit behind, rather to move forward as a whole. Our core is our main brain. It allows us to connect to the hive and has to be protected at all costs. The tapestry of existence serves as a theme, stressing adaptation, cooperation, and the infinite potential of intelligent beings. It highlights the importance of unity and resilience when confronted with adversity, defining a balance between individuality and shared consciousness. In our collective hive, every single eye gazes toward the same horizon. Every single muscle contracts and expands in unison, and every single bone supports and moves in harmony, all dedicated towards a common goal. We are united, our efforts synchronized, as we navigate towards our shared objective with unerring precision. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. It was really nice to see the presentation, and Echo the gecko is really cute. Definitely, like I think we're all having so much fun with those pets. But yeah, I think that like it's a really cohesive storytelling, really beautiful work. Like again, like the design, there's so much really attention to every aspect of it and thoughtfulness into the design process. I am curious to hear from you guys a little bit more about the hive mind and the societal level, and like some ideas that you might have like moving forward on that side.
Well, basically, the hive mind, like they're all like the same units, and they're all working towards like gathering the fragments of Earth and connecting them together. So the more fragments they find, the more units and like manpower they need, the more cores they produce, so they can produce like more units and like work together towards like expanding their society and expanding the network of the fragments.
Yeah, I think whenever I think another group did a hive mind example earlier too. Something about storytelling when you get into kind of protagonist and antagonist characters. So whenever you see these movies that do these kinds of end of the world scenarios, whether it's a comet or some other disaster, a flood, that the flood becomes, or the comet becomes your antagonist. And then what you have to do is sharpen the story for your protagonist a little bit more, whether it's this beautiful little lizard that you've done. And the same goes for a hive mind. I think we can all agree that when we watch like the Matrix movie and we see Neo he's this very bland character, he's inside the hive, the Matrix. It's not until we find out that Neo's actually outside of the Matrix and he's trying to fall in love with Trinity that we actually fall a little bit more in love with his character. Before that, he's kind of just some random guy. We don't know what his motive is. And I think so whenever you deal with these kinds of storytelling topics, like whether it's the end of the world scenario, the planet exploding, or the hive mind kind of scenario, you're batching a lot of like entities all together. And so just make sure that you use that to kind of define the character a little bit more, and that'll become a driver for it. But honestly, this little lizard, I would love to get a little like a little doll of that for my little daughter. Like this lizard is awesome.
Oh, thank you very much.
Amazing job, guys. Congratulations with this project. I really nice the details and lines of your design. And really cool that you stay with your concept and design from the beginning, I think. And your pet is really cute. Really like it. Amazing.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I think the pet is such a winner. I've always liked the design. I think like now seeing it like finalized, it just gives it even more credibility. I'm kind of unfortunately in a way because it also does point out, I think, one thing that wasn't fully resolved, if I can be a little bit critical, is just that I still think that the skeleton of the pet, the armor rather, still looks much better than on the main character. So that's like my small criticism. But I think you're kind of like victims of your own success because the pet looks so good. But I do really like the narrative. I like the sort of visual cohesion between the characters as well. I love the communication method, and I think maybe if I were you, if I had to choose something to revisit, it would probably be the armor on the main character, just to sort of bring it up to the same level that you have on the pet, because the pet is really so successful. But yeah, in general, it is like a really solid progression from what we've seen before, and congrats, it's a very, very nice team of characters.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Project. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Great project, guys. Yeah, I just want to add a few things that you really used like the same design language from the character and the pet, and that's very appreciated. Also, like from this image, yeah, in the middle, and we can definitely see like how cohesive you are. Just one thing that when we change the scale of the pet, maybe the scale of some of the elements should also be thought about, because you have now the horns of the character and the horns of the pet are basically scaled down. I'm not sure about that, but overall, great projects, guys, and really proud.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I just wanted to quickly add that once again, I try to bring in the tutor's perspective, right? There's been definitely this has been a journey with you guys, and I remember doing this even when we were together during the first week, like showing you one to next to the other, the kind of like result, like what you presented to me the first day and what you were presenting on the fifth or the fourth day already, and it was an impressive improvement. I can definitely see that the journey, I mean, you're not disappointing, right? So you've been keeping up with the same level and kind of like growing and growing, at the point that I kind of agree with Alec. There is a moment where there's basically the kind of the puppy, right? The Iko de Jiko is becoming sort of like the favorite character and is taking over the main one. In a way, I basically left you that you were just like drafting, you know, like the overall shape of that little creature, and it was already looking promising. But I can say that you definitely like kind of like brushed up your skills while developing that character. You kind of like learned from your experience with the main one, and then you kept progressing and improving the second. So all in all, well done, because I know where you're coming from and I can see really an impressive improvement. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Nicholas. Your tutoring also is I think it's worth mentioning and thanking you, because like your tutoring like played a huge role in our improvement. So thank you for your time and your tips. They were very valuable for us.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys and congratulations. You did really impressive job, and I really love you just did not went onto the armor layer, but you also worked first on the base layer, thought about the modifications that you really wanted to have. And it wasn't an easy job. We just went through a lot of progress to get those skin layers done and getting each layer developed each time. So it was a nice progress for this project, like we developed throughout the time. And of course, Gecko is everyone's favorite for sure.
Thank you, Emma.
Thank you. Okay, so let's move on to the next team.
Oh, I'll share my screen. 1 second.
Yeah, you have A5.
Good morning and evening, everybody. I'm Hina Chaudhary, and I'm joined by my teammates Merin Alina Jacob and Rohan Rahinwal for today's presentation. Today, we present to you a tale of unity, hope, and cooperation in the world of Joaris, the wings of unity. In the boundless skies of Joaris, where the heavens themselves seem to stretch to infinity, two distinct races thrived, but they did so in stark opposition. The Aerialis, magnificent avian creatures with wings that spanned entire city blocks, called the lofty clouds their home. Their ethereal abodes floated high above the rest of the world, and their society was one of serenity and grace. On the other hand, the Cytonians were a stark contrast. They were a race of half machine, half organic beings, built for survival amidst the toxic gaseous wastelands that stretched far below the skyward plateaus. Their existence was one of machinery and industry, with the constant hum of technology resonating through their mechanical cities. Rohin, you're not heard.
Each line with the scarce amidst the turbulence, the glimmer of hope arose from the minds of the scientists. They envisioned a creature that could bridge the gap between the avians and the cyborgs, a being that could thrive in the harsh climates of both worlds. Many attempts ended in failure with bizarre and unviable results, but the scientists persisted, driven by their shared dream of coexistence, and created Skylar, a unique hybrid.
From the fusion of avian biology and cyborg technology, Skylar was born, a magnificent creature. Skylar had wings that shimmered with ethereal beauty of the Aerialis, skin that converted gases into cyber energy, and they were reinforced with the advanced alloys and propulsion systems of the Cytonians. Their metallic plates glistened with an otherworldly glow, and its eyes held the wisdom of two civilizations.
Skylar's wings and legs were inspired by the elegant design of the aerialis, featuring a grandeur akin to these majestic avian beings. The rest of Skylar's body, on the other hand, was influenced by the intricate anatomy of the Cytonians, fusing advanced cyborg technology with organic elements.
Skylar's face was adorned with the Argentium visage, a finely crafted metal mask that combined protection and aesthetics with resilience and strength. The lumino-ocular optics enhanced Skylar's vision with radiant luminescence, bestowing it with superior visual capabilities and a mesmerizing gaze. Skylar's Venturi matrix efficiently filtered and purified toxic gases, converting them into energy to power its flight while maintaining the purity of Jovaris's atmosphere. The wing-bind spine crafted for aerodynamic performance ensured precise coordination of Skylar's dual wing structure for graceful flight and swift maneuvering. Cyber pulse plates on Skylar's wings were luminous conduits for cyber energy, illustrating the vital flow required for flight and essential functions.
The cytoshell, an advanced protective armor layer infused with Cytonian technology, provided Skylar with unparalleled defense in the diverse realm of Jovaris. The aviary articular is a fusion of organic inspiration and advanced engineering. Tailored to minimize air resistance, it ensures that Skylar's flight is both efficient and powerful. Skylar's propulsion augmenter, specialized joints, significantly enhanced its takeoff capabilities, ensuring swift and graceful launches into the sky. Stellar talons, inspired by avian adaptability, endowed Skylar with versatile foot structures for graceful perching and ease of takeoff, ensuring agility in challenging situations. Skylar, a symbol of hope, bridged the divide in Jovaris by uniting avians and cyborgs through its graceful flight, fostering peace and collaboration. Their messages of unity transformed the once desolate skyward plateau into a vibrant hub where both species coexisted harmoniously, marking Skylar as a savior who represented the power of collaboration and a promising future for Jovaris.
Skylar had a loyal companion, Aero, another winged hybrid gifted as token of gratitude. What remained unknown to all was the ancient lineage that Aero hailed from, a lineage that foresaw future conflicts and had created it ages ago to be the beacon of hope and resolution. Aero, living in solitude on a remote mountain peak, had found inner peace in preparation for the day when Skylar would need it the most. When that day arrived, Aero emerged to aid Skylar in a particularly challenging conflict, revealing its ancient lineage and the profound purpose of its existence. Its luminescent slits are specialized openings similar to Skylar's body that emit a soft radiant glow. Aero's wing connection, the aerobind spine, is a metallic structure designed to hold and support its wing.
The ethereal bulwark is a protective piece made from the same material as Skylar's armor. The Alaric's barred claws, the sharp claw-like appendages on Aero's feet, made from sturdy material, serves as both offensive tools and gripping mechanisms for stability during landings and takeoffs.
Together, Skylar and Aero carry the legacy of their ancestors and the hopes of their races, soaring through the boundless skies to demonstrate the potential of unity and cooperation in the face of adversity. We thank you for your attention and for joining us in this tale of unity and hope.
Thank you guys. Really beautiful project, really well done. I love like how cohesive your whole project is and like how, like how well like you work together like towards, like your goals. So that's really admirable. Really beautiful work. I wanted to ask you what is next for the two characters, like what are your ideas like moving forward? I'm curious to hear a little bit more about like again like the next chapter, next ideas, if you've had the opportunity like to talk about it or envision like some of those again like the societal level and also like the core puzzles, like how you're thinking about that aspect.
Yeah, so during concept lab, we had this idea of integrating anti-gravity concept into our like settings. So we will be like trying to work on that. And also like our characteristic is like more of a diplomat kind of character, because he is like into resolving the conflict. So we would like to like integrate that also, like show that through our design.
Perfect. Thank you.
Also, like as our character has cyber energy flowing through its body, so that is shown through glowing like luminescence. So that also we would like to incorporate like in our settings, in like landscape and stuff. Yeah.
And how does that work on a societal level, like when you scale up for you guys? Do you have like anything that you've discussed like throughout the team, like through the process, like of design process?
So definitely one thing that we have is that we have the Cytonians, we have the Aviators, and we have this third creature, this Skyler. So we essentially have a cyborg, wing species, and this combination. So definitely one of the things that we're looking into for the next chapter is wherein access for all these features should be there to each and every building or structure that we.
Thank you.
Like a protopian approach to like resolving both the sides so that they can harmoniously live in this planet.
Thank you guys for a really lovely presentation. I think like what I'm like most glad to see is also that somehow materially you've kind of figured out this luminescent item that was kind of like a problem, I think, in the beginning. So like actually, you know, hidden light sources are working really well for your character. I don't know if it's just my screen, but I do feel that, you know, on certain areas like the skin, for example, it almost feels like a little bit of the micro textures have been like washed out. I do remember certain tests where there like it was more like a fibrous almost material, which I think worked better. I would say the armor though looks much better now than it did before, so maybe I would slightly revisit the skin a little bit, but otherwise, I mean, I think the visuals are looking like really, really strong, and I think unlike, or actually quite like the team before, you kind of also have this maybe small issue, but in the reverse direction, where your main character is quite dominant in comparison to your pet, which I mean I understand, like also like the development of the pet and how it happened, and also I do think that there's been a lot of like vast improvement in the pet as well, but maybe just a little bit more if you have time or inclination to revisit it again, to just bring them together to the same level. But you know, definitely as a pairing, they're working really well, like visually very cohesive, borrowing from the same visual design language that you've kind of developed over both of the characters. So yeah, I think the final visuals are looking like really, really nice. And I think like you've managed to find like a balance of materials where also expresses a lot of the geometric work that you were doing, especially in the armor. I think it looks really good in the final visuals that you kind of put together for the presentation. So yeah, congrats! Very, very, very great, good output.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's a good combination of I can see you try to hold on to some of the humanoid aspects with the realistic way the hand and the forearm kind of comes together, but then by the time it drops down to the bird legs, they go full mechanical. And then I would just say like maybe in the future, you know, it might be nice to kind of do a half and half appendage too. That way it's not a fully mechanical bird leg that looks like it's been amputated at the knee and then a fully humanoid arm. You know, you can always do combos too of, let's say the forearm is actually maybe mechanical that morphs into the humanoid hand. And I think it's just highlighting something I think we're all going to have to deal with in the next 100 years if Elon Musk wants to hook us up to neural nets and we want to start using fake appendages and things like that are more robotic. because you're not going to get these direct cutoffs of humanoid versus robot. You're going to see a little bit more of a gentle blend of those two come together and stuff.
Include that. Yeah.
Amazing job, guys. Love how you integrated all the details, the armor, especially how you got those face details getting along with the armor as we were discussing. And also I love how smoothly the characteristics of the character is transitioning to the pet as well. So it looks so cohesive as a combined a team together. Like the guy, the pet looks like somebody guarding the character, like a troublemaker with a character with a Skylar. So it really looks like a duo that's like a troublemaker partner with him. And I really love the language that you guys have been working with, especially with the materials. It's just developing so really nice.
Thank you, Eva.
And yeah, the rigging, you did a great job there.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Cool. Let's move on to the next team, case 6.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I'm sharing my screen. Okay, can you see it?
Yep.
Hi again, I'm Esra, and with my friend Diana, we'll be presenting the Aurora of Luminera, starting with our story from the point of view of our character.
I was born on Luminara, this otherworldly realm nested in a remote cosmic corner, featured floating islands due to low gravity. Colossal ivy plants adorned these islands, serving as liveness for us luminans, whose transparent iridescent skin spoke volumes with the patterns of light. Life on Luminara was a harmonious dance with the neon-linked plants of our sustains, and we navigated shifting lands with ivy tendrils. However, unity among luminans was tested by the planet's unpredictable magnetic forces, leading to functional strife. In our moment of internal conflict, Luminous Plaza witnessed Leia's wisdom. Her word revived our sense of purpose, leading us to create ingenious floating civilization and Lumisphere for communion travel. These innovations nurtured adaptation and unity, preserving of magic, our extraordinary planet.
Moving on to our concept, we researched how life would evolve on a low-gravity planet and explored that if it could lead to unique adaptations, including imposing sizes, delicate skeletal systems, slender bodies, aerial mobility, redesigned circularity systems, lightweight bones, specialized sensory organs, and transformed reproductive methods, all sparking our imagination about how life creatively adapts to extraterrestrial environments. Creating aliens for a low-gravity planet was a fascinating experiment. We focused on designing versatile tentacles for these creatures, allowing them to thrive in the unique environments. To address the thin atmosphere, we added gill-like structures in the aliens' torsos. These adaptations resulted in exceptional beings perfectly suited for life on this otherworldly planet.
The diagram showcases the structure of creation. It features due to reduced gravitational forces, larger and abundant wings for circulation, a gel-like lightweight bone structure for shape. Bubbles on the body to store oxygen, tentacles extending from the brain with the bubbles, and transparent head filled with liquid. Multiposes jelly limbs. Tentacles extend from the back with the eyes inside them, offering both mobility and awareness. The unique creation's adaptation reflects its extraordinary evolution in response to the challenges and opportunities of a low-gravity environment. As the aurora expands her tentacles, adorned with the gills and echoing with the secret of her bone structure, something truly magical happens. She can take flight like a celestial dance, her limbs gracefully extended and creating breathtaking performance. The very air seems to shimmer in a wave of her grace, as she soars through the heavens and living testament to the wonders of her alien world. It's a mesmerizing display that evokes a sense of wonder and invites us to ponder the limitless possibilities of life beyond our own planet, a reminder that the universe holds mysterious and marvels yet to be discovered. Moving to the details. Tentacles on the head originating from the brain, generating throats as neon bubbles along their length, facilitating a distinct form of communication. At night, the head bubbles emit a mesmerizing neon glow, making aurora a captivating and mysterious entity. Luminants have oxygen-storing bubbles on their bodies due to the low-density atmosphere caused by low gravity. The reduced atmospheric density adversely impacts sound wave propagation, compelling the aliens to adapt and develop an alternative mode of communication distinct from traditional speech. These bubbles glow when special enzymes mix with the oxygen, enabling communication through unique light patterns forming their characteristic language. Imagine this incredible creature with a versatile tentacles that enable it to walk on a low-gravity planet by clicking in a climb ice. Gills tucked between tentacles let them lilt through the air and navigate water smoothly. Suckers on its surface aid in feeding, making it marvelously adaptable to two distinct worlds. Ancient symbols on their flexible tentacle eyes hold the mystical key to both peer into the depth of the soul and facilitate communication through complex light patterns, all in a soundless world where vision is paramount. Organisms may involve taller, larger volume, but low density bonds to reduce gravity, like Aurora's bone structure reminds me of gills, hinting at an ancient aquatic heritage and connection to the ocean depth. Reduced joint stress can lead to broadened limbs motion, adaptability, and increased dexterity. In a low gravity, feet tends to be simpler, not requiring stability, traction, or weight-bearing design.
In the ethereal world of Luminera, where perpetual twilight paints an otherworldly canvas, Aurora shares her life with an enchanting friend, Phosphor. This enigmatic entity possesses a luminous skin reminiscent of prehistoric dinosaur jelly, casting an enchanting radiance. On Phosphor's head, tentacles sway gracefully, each adorned with iridescent bubbles for unique communication, mirroring Aurora's own silent language. In the captivating world of Luminera, Aurora and her enigmatic friend Phosphor embark on spellbinding journeys, uncovering the planet's secrets and weaving a tale of unity and adaptation that leaves an indelible mark, a story that will continue to captivate and inspire for generations to come. We are glad to share this idea and story with you. Thank you for joining us on this remarkable creative journey.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Beautiful, beautiful work. I appreciate so much like the storytelling aspect of it and like how much like how far you've went like through really like telling the story in all aspects of it and really these like beautiful images. Really congratulations. I think that like you have very unique and distinct design that really stays with you, you know, like it's what like you could call like the unseen or something that is really really like unique to the design, and it's very special. And I feel that that's really commendable, you know, like achieving this kind of like design that it's not something that like you see everywhere, right? And you went with this like very intricate like detailing. It's a very tough again like design like to get a very like a hold of, right? Like and be able like to design on this level, especially on a beginner level. So you definitely went from 0 to 100 like through like this chapter.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. I just want to add to what yeah, I would say like that maybe because it was the very first week, like you were not yet able to fully express your creativity because of the technical skills, like not there yet. And I start seeing like you guys getting closer and closer towards the end. And now I see like I totally see the explosion of your creativity, and I can tell like this is yours, right? Both in the development of a main character and also the beautifully executed creature, right? Both in terms of like geometry resolution and detailing, but also I really need to praise the the visualization side and the materiality. It really conveys the message, and now it feels like it's clear to me what you were trying to work on, what you were trying to communicate. So really well done.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations, girls. It's really unique project. Amazing. I totally agree with Pavlina that you have a very unique design style and language. And for me, especially the eyes with the tentacles, I like this project. I'm sure that will be remembered by everyone here. It's a really, really unique and strong one. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I second that. You get the Halloween award for the brain and the eyes. There's something nice though about the materiality of the beings, even the little guy. It kind of reminds me of. I really am into sci-fi movies. I think I've watched about 50 of them already because it's the Halloween season, and that's when my girlfriend allows me to watch horror movies and sci-fi movies. So like I'm really into it right now. But James Cameron, I don't know if you guys remember the movie The Abyss. The aliens that they actually rendered out in The Abyss were beautiful. They were this kind of translucent jelly material, and I think you've captured it with the little guy. So I really am into that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think you really like nailed the materiality. It was a bit of a struggle, I think, in the beginning, but I think tentacles now are really in a place where like the materiality is like completely sort of cohesive with the rest of the character, and also really conveys very well like what you're trying to say. I would definitely say it's also like in your team, it's very clear that both of you have an eye for proportion. So even like the way that the entire character is designed in terms of like proportions or the general massing like shows a very very present skill like on the part of both of you in order to kind of how you kind of conceptualize like a character. So that's looking really great. I think my only comment would be perhaps on the pet, that I do think that maybe some of the more opaque elements from the main character could also happen in just certain areas of the pet, just because like the balance of the transparent and opaque in the main character works really so well that it's kind of a shame not to also maybe proliferate that. But other than that, like I think very very lovely presentation, and I mean I'm generally partial to this color palette, so I think it looks really really fantastic. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well done, girls. I'm so happy to see this finally. Like, I remember we were slow, as Nick said in the starting, because of the technical issues we were facing to achieve the goal. But we were consistent every day. We were pushing through that, and that really shows in the final stuff. Like, looking at the poses now, like how complex that design was, and you achieved to a level where you are showing off this cool rigs and cool, elegant poses. This is like such an achievement for your team to see, and I really, really appreciate it. And of course, the materiality adds to the elegance of this design. This figure and everything just enhances the overall presentation. And also your narrative, your style of narration is so nice. The way you start with the narrative, talking about the character, I just really admire that.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Ila.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
So we are done with all the Group A amazing teams and looking forward to the Group B teams now. So maybe we're going to take a break for next 10 minutes. Right, Pavlina?
Yes, perfect. Yes, let's take 10 minutes break and come back like with Group B. Thank you, Group A. Amazing, beautiful work.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
See you.
Congratulations, amazing.
So, well, hello everyone. We are Group BO1, and my name is Cesar Requejo, and I'm an architect from Peru.
Hey everyone, my name is Cassio Teni, and I'm an architect from Brazil.
Hey everyone, my name is Diego Guerrero, and I'm an architect from Ecuador.
So we are here today to present our project called Symphony of Symbiosis. So let's get started. In the heart of the lush planet Radiance, a remarkable tale unfolds, one that chronicles the existence of the Etherians, a highly advanced race dwelling in harmonious coexistence with the planet's monstrous ecosystems. The evolutionary journey of these extraordinary beings has been profoundly shaped by the forces of natural selection, a consequence of the environmental tapestry woven by Radiance itself. Yet, the story of the Etherians extends beyond mere natural selection, delving into the realm of biotechnology, which has propelled them to their present state of supreme power. They share a collective hive mind, a feat that grants them unparalleled coordination and readiness for any conceivable challenge. Their journey to the great expanse beyond Radiance requires them to secure the invaluable moonstone. From the hospitable moons, serving as the essential lifeblood of their species. To facilitate this crucial task, the Etherians engineered a subsidiary species known as the Synthetians, initially designed for the purpose of moonstone harvesting. However, fate took a twist as the Synthetians eventually rose against their creator, setting a stage for conflict of cosmic proportions. In response to this uprising, the Etherians adapted with remarkable ingenuity, deploying biotechnological defenders into low orbit to safeguard their unique way of life. This epic saga unravels the intricate dynamics of the Etherians as they navigate the challenges of life in the unforgiving low orbit surrounding Radiance. Within this low orbit, numerous moons abound, each offering the ideal terrain for the extraction of moonstone, an essential source of energy that sustains the very essence of the Etherian species. This precious energy not only fuels their existence, but also serves as the architect of their ever-evolving physical forms shaped by necessity.
The Etherian's physical metamorphosis follows a sequential path, similar to an evolutionary chain. The initial stage is the egg, which contributes to the formation of inner dwelling spaces for the ethereal beings, creating diverse and functional structures. The next stage, the larva, excels in swift pairs of hive-related structures, ensuring its integrity. The third stage, the nymph, stands as the guardian of the dwelling spaces when the primary Etherians venture forth into the unknown. These stages have been preserved for their distinct utilities and efficient use of resources, especially when compared to the ultimate Etherian stage. The pinnacle of Etherian evolution is embodied in this final stage, a form that is the most comprehensive but also that demands the most energy for its proper functioning. The Etherians have mastered biotechnology to such an extent that they perpetually merge with the ecosystems of Radiance, adapting their forms to coexist harmoniously with the environment. Their exceptional abilities and attributes embrace harnessing the severe environment for their own benefit, employing locomotion and transform hard shell components into flexible tissues that serve as exoskeletal elements, fortifying the head, chest, claws, and tail. The Ethereum's physical structure aspires to blend seamlessly with the living spaces and entities that compose their intricate hive. The exoskeleton that embraces the shoulders, back, and chest piece have a crucial duty protecting the essential features for their advanced state of existence, while they harness and protect the power of Moonstone. The form has evolved in direct response to the environment, adapting themselves to the gravitational variations due to the low orbit atmosphere. The tentacles possess a magnetic sensitivity, which is a vital tool for navigation and orientation, while the tail works as a sensory organ for detecting these magnetic fields.
Each physical feature serves a distinct purpose, from the head's protected keyhole housing vital organs to the flexible exoskeleton tissues present in the chest, back, and arms, preserving mobility and fluidity of movement across the crystalline surfaces and porous rock formations of radiance. The abdomen serves as the vital link between the upper and lower regions of the Ethereum's physique, doubling as the secure cradle for their precious moonstone reserves. The tentacles are intricately connected to the body through adaptive holes in the exoskeleton, minimizing exposure of vulnerable skin. Finally, the claws function both as propulsion mechanisms and self-defense tools. All of these attributes coalesce into interconnected systems, each essential in terms of functionality, providing the Ethereum with the edge they require to endure in the face of adversity. The tentacles play a vital role in navigation, communication between the hive members, and the seamless flow of information. Muscles have developed to allow fluid movement within the low orbit and dwelling spaces, held in place by a complex skeletal structure. Organs capture, store, and redistribute moonstone energy throughout the Ethereum's body, sustaining their life force. Their entire system is enveloped and fortified by a secondary layer of tissues in the exoskeleton, which bolsters their already formidable nature. This intricate symphony of biology culminates in a species uniquely equipped to conquer the boundless expanse of the universe. Their existence is a testament to the awe-inspiring forces of evolution and biotechnology. As we conclude this remarkable journey through the ethereal realm of the Etherians, we are left in awe of the intricate dance of biology and biotechnology that has molded them into a truly wondrous species. Their existence stands as a testament to the beauty of adaptation, a testament to the harmony they have achieved with the vibrant world of radiance. Until the next expedition into the wonders of the natural world, we remain captivated by the incredible journey of the Etherians. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you so much.
Very much.
Thank you, team. Stunning work, really beautiful visuals. I think that you've really done a really beautiful work with every aspect of the design, and I think especially the materiality, right? It's elevating so much and it's showing so much of really the beautiful design that you've created. I love the storyline, every aspect really. I think that you've really done a beautiful job. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Pablina.
Where is your prosthesis going to live? What is next for you guys? That's the question.
We already have a little sample of it with the X stage. Because in the characteristics of this stage we were mentioning it would form the inner parts, the inner structure of the dwelling space. So we already have a little seed planted for the future. So I think that's kind of exciting. I don't know exactly where it will lead us, but I think we have a pretty good idea.
Thank you.
Does any one of you have a medical background?
I studied medicine for one semester and then I switched to architecture.
I could tell. I mean, I think what you've done as a catalyst for ideas is really great. We do it a lot of the times when we're dealing with really big architecture projects too. Is sometimes it's good not to kind of take in the macro. It's good to kind of focus in on the little micro details. And as you sort out those micro details, you actually you uncover little things that flush the story out. And so, you guys have done a beautiful job in terms of the material shading and the lighting and the way you've even illuminated the characters from the inside. But maybe now, you went into such a medical in-depth zoom in, it's kind of good to kind of uncover different things that can relate back to the bigger story as you zoom back out into. So.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Amazing work, guys. It's really interesting. I love the colors, all the details, and it's really, really cool. And what about the medical background, I was just wondering, like, what it reminds me about, and this comment really helped also to understand better. So thank you. Amazing work.
Thank you so much, Satina.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I agree with what's been said already, and I do believe also that your short experience with the medical background kind of pops from the detailing of these characters. I'll just add that yeah, I mean, like, very compelling work. I don't really have much more to add. Even with you guys, it's been a very smooth experience, really, like working, getting feedback and seeing improvements day by day. So the only thing that I would add is that it would have been nice to see this, and I'm using your same words, intricate symphony of biologists, right? Taking on a bit of like the fourth dimension as well. Like it would have been nice to see some animation of it. I really can't wait to see it. So I guess for you guys, it's going to be complex. So the sooner the better, really, that you start to investigate that side of things, as well as Pavlina mentioned before, starting to see a little bit more of the environment. I can really see this kind of like taking the shape of like this sort of like visceral type of like cocoonish environment. But then at the same time, I like you guys to surprise me once more and seeing something really innovative, right? Seeing some literature, but at the same time, I want to see that flavor that you are bringing in, that you've been bringing in into your design since the very beginning until now, right? So I'm really curious to see what's next.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. Actually, we were actually discussing about it, like how the next chapters like would be like a zoom out of those living organisms starting to cluster with each other, like aggregating and creating these communities, how they could like relate with each other and aggregates on the civilization and society aspects. So thank you so much.
I think if I can add to that, I think you're working with with both sides, right? The biology and the biotechnical side of things, and these two, and you're turning like this kind of like tension between the two into your own language, which is beautiful, and I really love it. I feel like maybe like in the next chapters, what might happen is that one of the two parts is like slightly taking over during one chapter versus another. That's probably like the other part that is becoming more prominent. I don't know. I'm just guessing. That could be my very intuitive response to that. But then once again, I think it's important that you guys keep doing it within your intentions and your language, which have been clear to me since the very beginning. As I said, like it wasn't difficult for me to guide you through the process. So if you keep it like the natural way it is now, I think it's going to be a success.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicholas.
I won't add much. I think I agree with all the other comments. It's like really even hard to give you much feedback because I mean, like the detailing is amazing. The geometry is like beautiful, and on top of all of that, also like really amazing renderings. Like visually, is just such a like a delicious project. It's like amazing. So I really don't have much to add, other than like keep doing what you're doing. It looks great. I'm still of the mind that I would have created a little bit more difference between the coloring, but I mean, that's such a minor comment. It's like completely irrelevant. I mean, in general, like the workflow with you guys was very easy. I think as a team, you have like a tremendous concentration of skill, which is, you know, apparent in the presentation as well. But yeah, keep doing the good work, and yeah, really well done.
Thank you so much, Alexander.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I think all the mentors and the guests said it. Thank you for the amazing work. The process wasn't like straightforward. We had some difficulties with the materials, 2 weeks. But all the rest of the 3D work, yeah, congratulations, guys. Nailed it. And the final result is absolutely amazing. Very, very good presentation. Like a very good progress from what we seen from a few days ago. So you also work on that aspect, not only design and not only 3D. So thank you.
Thank you so much for that also, Tan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Helped us a lot.
For helping
Yeah,
us.
definitely.
Yeah, that's very nice to work with him.
And
Thank you. Awesome. Hello, everyone. We are a team of 3 dedicated design architects who will take you on a journey into our project called Cypher Realm. I am Irena Shkoda, Croatian-born designer and bioarchitect based in New York.
Hello, my name is Dina. I'm a design architect based in Amman, Jordan.
Hello, I'm Vince, an architectural designer based in Minnesota.
1,000 years into the future where cyborg dominance has led to a disconnection from nature, an exceptional cyborg named Psy embarks on a transformative journey into the ether portal of the Flora Nova. Psy, after its Flora Nova journey, with all of its wisdom, motivates other fellow cyborgs to become eco-guardians, preserving the wisdom and gifts of its transformation. Together, they embrace a fulfilling and evolving life, departing from their sterile and mechanical existence. In the microcosm of the Flora Nova, Psy merges with an ordinary flower, one with special and unique reality dimensions, and discovers the harmony of technology and nature within the flower's unique microbiome. This journey fosters an awakening in Psy to nature's essence and its personal self-transformation.
This is where nature's story with Psy began. Psy encounters colossal living structures, harmoniously blending nature and technology, sustained by symbiotic ecosystems of sound, light, frequency, vibration, and energy. In the Flora Nova's microbiome realm, radiant organic sentience intricately weave a self-replicating tapestry of life. Operating under an ethical and free governance, prioritizing sustainability and the well-being of all species, and allowing technology to enhance ecosystems without disrupting their delicate balance, thus ensuring continued prosperity.
Psy, embraced by Flora Nova's sentient beings, is now guided, and Psy's transformative journey begins, fostering self-awareness and a remarkable transformation that highlights harmony within the extraordinary world.
Our explorations of this prosthesis design project were ones that started with some mid-journey explorations. We modeled the head and spine, which then led to the outer extremities of the prosthesis armor and its extremities and sensors.
Side bodies started to reject the mechanical makeup and morph into a new sensory environment of Flora Nova. The prosthesis emphasized this intelligent sensory system, connecting and transacting with the environment. The cyborg is encased in a bone-wide armor called an animeron, which has a living, vital quality to it. The surface of armor had ribbed texture with faint pulse of light coursing through it. This animeron armor, made up of interlocking scale of crystalline platelet, reinforced on the inside with nanofiber weave, is working continuously to repair any fracture and reshape the armor to maximize protection. Classmate is a semi-permeable biomembrane grafted to the underskin that acts as a filter gateway and another protective layer between skin and armor, allowing beneficial nutrient and fluid to pass through while keeping harmful toxin and bacteria out, as well as absorbing any physical impact. The internal COSA core houses a bioenergetic fusion reactor in brain, which generate massive amount of internal energy distributed through myofibril muscle woven throughout the body. The synaptophyne is a translucent neural layers infiltrating the body with wispy dendritic network that tap into the sensory system and pump perceptual data back to the cognitive core. A nanoderm skin of microscopic biomimetic tile flexibly adhere to the creature frame, facilitating bioluminescent signaling, self-repair capability, and chameleon-like adaptivity to the environmental condition. Synapsitras are hollow bone-like column reinforced by pulsing myomere fiber that run the length of the creature undulating spine, insulating and channeling nervous system impulse between the head and locomotive appendages. The cormal is transformed from pelvic to support its own sensory system, the axonet, and the new organic bioluminescent leg.
Its upper body boasts a humanoid torso and head, and below, a wondrous transformation unfolds. Its pineal gland sensor guides and connects its extremities as Sai experiences the world of nature along its journey with its companion Tentaclops. Dozens of translucent boneless tendrils emanate from below the torso, undulating independently to propel the cyborg forward. At the end of each tentacle, cybernetic lights flicker on and off, scanning the surroundings with a calculated awareness. This mesmerizing fusion of technology and organic fluidity gives the cyborg a unique, almost otherworldly motion. It is a testament to the boundless possibilities of cybernetic evolution, a creation that defies conventional understanding and holds a story of its own.
Yet the most intriguing aspect lies in its leg. A mass of transparent dynamic tentacle emerge, undulating and morphing in a constant dance of change and interaction with its environment. These tentacles vary in thickness, tapering at the end to smaller, dexterous appendages that move with remarkable precision, interacting with surfaces like nimble finger sensor. There are some detailed view for Sai living armor, skin, and membrane, as well as this remarkable cognitive connector and sensory system.
In the enchanting realm of Flora Nova, Sai stumbles upon a captivating sentient, being that, at first, he mistakes for a luminescent fruit. However, this being is no ordinary entity, but a traveling companion, embodying Flora Nova's unique wisdom of its fusion with nature and technology. With its glowing sensor-tipped tentacles, it communicates through a mesmerizing light language, forging an extraordinary connection with Sai.
The ecosystem of the Flora Nova thrives with the knowledge exchange of intricate frequencies, vibrations, and energies that interweave seamlessly. Sai and his newfound companion embark on a transformative journey, deeper and discovering a world teeming with life and organic wonders. In Flora Nova, Sai and its companion experience a symbiotic connection, fostering profound wisdom and unity in a vibrant, nature-centric system. We're happy to have you on this journey with us. This is Irena, Dina, and Vince. Until next time we meet again. Thank you.
Thank you, team. Beautiful work, really stunning. You took us through a journey like with you, beautifully presented, like really it was really amazing. Like again, like to look into like all the details and how they tie to your storyline. It's definitely like a challenging one, like to get like again like the materiality and textures like onto, especially because like you're working like with these inner glows, right? So really commendable like work on this like detailing and how like everything like it's really tying together. Well done.
Thank you, Pavlina.
Thank you.
Congratulations, guys. Really unique work, and like your design and design language. It's really amazing. It's so good to see this progress and the perfect result, and looking forward to the next steps. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think I also made a comment earlier about scale, and I don't know if it's because all three of you are architects too, but I can tell that you went in and started, pulling faces of your mesh model and little tendrils that are maybe even a couple millimeters thick for some of the intricate detailing that you have, the little web that you have there. And I would suggest that maybe, and this is maybe a blanketing comment for everybody too, it's kind of nice to see that level of detail and articulation too. Don't be afraid to get in there and really dive into kind of, 2 millimeter, 4 millimeter zones where you can really start to define kind of crease lines, even in your bone structure or different things of that nature. And then play that kind of zoom in scale where you're zooming in and then you zoom back out and model big and model small every once in a while too. And I know it's organic modeling and it's more biological modeling than it is like, let's say, product design, but it's just a fun game to do, and you can wind up actually painting at different scales too. So good job.
Amazing project. Congratulations, guys. Really good job. I like so much the materials and the lightings. Your character is so cute. Amazing.
Thank you.
Any other additional comments? Thank you guys for the work. It's been a tough few weeks. I know that you guys had so many ideas and concepts about headpiece, about the legs, about like the body itself actually. But I think in the end, the result speaks for itself, and you really explained the project into very like such small details with exploded diagrams. It's a great materiality, comes a long way, and congratulations on the presentation, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
All right, great. So I'm Braden. I just graduated with an undergraduate degree in architecture from the Savannah College of Art and Design.
I'm Alejandro. I'm a Mexican-American computational designer based in Tijuana, Mexico.
And I'm Gina. I am a graphic designer in Boston, Massachusetts.
And today we present to you the tale of a civilization known as the Viridians. As the Viridians, a cyborg race from a distant world of Ecuador. A trembling shadow fell over the loose rock and lava, tremoring in the wake of current tectonic plates shifting just yards away from where the Viridian and Pei stood. As the cameras in the Viridian's eyes adjusted their focal range, the satellite sensors overhead blinked, fostering the transcommunication within the environment. Frightened, but only for a moment, the Viridian searched for Pei, his robotic companion. Reaching out his hand, the tiny body of the little robotic creature engineered by the Viridian emitted squawks that no one could hear. The Viridian needed no sound to communicate, thanks to the floating satellites combing the dense, toxic atmosphere of the planet and the engineering genius of the Viridian race. His body was equipped at all angles to connect within the far reaches of the planet Ecuador. Sensors in his hands and feet translated to antennas sprouting from a novel helmet designed to protect his unnatural humanoid lungs from fumes emitted from toxic gases, remaining from a historic cataclysmic explosion on Ecuador that left the already hostile planet still today fuming with noxious gases and low gravity. The Viridian sat down on a nearby rock, protected from the acid surface of the outer armor of his hard skeletal shell. His curved and hooved feet, equipped to traverse the acidic rocky terrain as easily as to wander through the Viridian metropolis, skidded against the rocky ground. Unless one lived in the rural communities or sought excursions in the rural outback of the Ecuadorian landscaping, it was uncommon for one to be so far from a Viridian community. This Viridian, however, had a mission: to scout locations in efforts to expand communities for further Viridian developments, a daunting task with fewer signals, less protections, and only he and Pei to protect themselves from the elements and the species nemesis, their very own origins.
The Viridians were no normal race. In the primordial world, the Viridians were once an intelligent creature. Though formless and without senses, but a thermoreceptive ability, species struggled to survive on the toxic planet, just barely inhabitable for life. One day, a treasure landed in their midst, a time capsule from a futuristic race on the planet known as Earth, containing human DNA, advanced technology, and resources for many forms of life to employ them. Capitalizing what seemed like a gift from the heavens, the Viridians implemented the technology in DNA, manifesting their own race into a new species with humanoid features and engineering a suited technological marvel to protect the failing species from the Ecuadorian elements while enhancing the capabilities and senses of the Viridian body. But there was resistance to development. Those who chose not to transform using the human DNA grew envious and sparked a revolution against the Viridians who harnessed the human DNA to spawn in a great battle. After victory for the advanced species, the Viridians flourished as never before. The advanced technology allowed them to harness the planet's resources and tame its harsh environments. They developed sustainable energy sources, harnessed the power of the storms, and explored the depths of their worlds, oceans, and the far reaches of space. In the end, unity prevailed over division as the unaltered Viridians chose to merge their genes and knowledge with their transformed kin. The Viridians continued to toil with new technology and gadgets, forming iterations of what would become as Viridians equipped to withstand the elements when their perception of their surroundings and function as a living organism. Different individuals produced variations for heads, starting with the human skull as their base, resonated with gadgets, wires, and varying helmets until three wise Viridians collaborated together to form one ultimate production. They toiled tirelessly, introducing countless iterations of an exosuit that would protect them from their harsh environment, while also allowing for them to take full physical advantage of the terrain to move around without restriction. They topologically optimize the support with ultralight materials that gives them increased speed and great agility overall, especially in combat. Surrounding the Viridian body, the glimmered with iridescent scales, so it enhanced the formless being with musculature and a membrane structure encased within a soft exoskeleton, cushioned inside of a hard exoskeleton. Through engineering, the Viridians evolved into a marvel fixed with every possible equipment to withstand their hostile planet. Hands that serve as a sensor multifunctional appendage. Nuclear core that harnesses nuclear energy to fuel its technologically infused humanoid body and to maintain the body's temperature. Pet attachment conjoined pet to the Viridian's body, relying on the Viridian as transportation, while fueling him with nuclear energy and providing comfort. Arm-joined armor protected the Viridian from potential battle with kindred foe at the harsh elements. Cables to connect their advanced suit to their body. Gas mask to filter the air. Customizable feet, equipped for speed and harsh terrain.
The species was not the only life form to emerge from the technological marvels. The Viridians also produced the creature Pei. Pei was not only the Viridian's most beloved companion, but a most essential component to each Viridian's survival. Fixed to an attachment, Pei rode the Viridian as a backpack, charging directly into the Viridian energy core with nuclear energy channeled from satellites and the resonance of the environment from the nuclear explosion many years prior. Whether at his side or on his back, Pei traveled with the Viridian everywhere. As the Viridian sat, Pei climbed onto his back, squawking signals as he conjoined to the Viridian. The Viridian heaved a sigh through his gas mask, shaking off the tumbled volcanic stone captured in the curve of his foot that scratched against the acid rock. The curves were excellent for high-speed cadence of the Viridian pace and most excellent for the rough terrain, but certainly liked to kick up a lot of gravel. He looked out past the ooze of lava that spewed past the violet stream, flowing between the porous fissures in the ground, and saw in his mind's eye the building of a new urban landscape. In record time, what lay before him that appeared to be a barren, uninhabitable landscape would become an architectural wonder of futuristic structures, and a transportation system that would one day whisk them effortlessly from one corner of their planet to another. And now, as the narrators of this incredible journey, we reveal our identity. We are humans, the architects of this experiment. While eons have passed on Ekrondor, it has been less than one lifetime on Earth since we sent our time capsule. We watched the Viridians' conflict, arise and resolve, witnessing their transformation from a species on the brink of extinction to world stewards. And our experiment succeeded beyond our wildest expectations, and we cannot help but to feel a profound sense of awe and responsibility for the role we played in their destiny, a capsule that altered their fate forever. And finally, here is a physical excerpt of the memory from our journey, from space dust to materiality. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Happy to see your version of Barbie. Super cool. No, beautiful, beautiful work. I commend you, like, on obviously, like, all the tremendous, like, beautiful work that you've done. Like, there is so much thought that, like, has been, like, you know, like, inputted into the whole process. It's very evident. I love how unexpected the design is, and how also, like, how much attention you've put into the materials and really, like, the details of them, right? Like, each really crease, it's been really treated with special attention, and it's really coming through. It's very unique also, like, materiality and design decisions, like, that you're following. I feel that there is, yeah, like, a lot of really great work that you guys have done. One aspect of the board and the work that I think I appreciate a lot also, it is about the rigs, right? Like, and just the different poses that you're creating, because they're just, you know, like, feel so interesting, like, because, like, again, like, we can see, like, how the movement of your prosthesis, like, is really happening. It is really, like, it's not something, like, unexpected, you know, in the pose, but I just feel that, like, you've done a really good job, like, into, you know, like, the positioning and the camera, like, showcasing, you know, like, what we're going to see next, like, and into the video towards the end. Thank you, guys, and yeah, loving your backpack there too.
Thanks so much, Pavlina. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's really nice to see also, like, that you've kind of worked in some of the details that I knew you were quite keen on, like the, let's say, the wear and tear on the character as well. I know that's something that you wanted to integrate, and it's nice to see it in, like, some of the close-ups, if I'm not mistaken. Looking really nice. I was a skeptic, but I think in the end it kind of really adds to the entire design quite a lot. I think, like, in general, like, I really appreciate sort of that you've kind of been able also in the end to coordinate the model in the way that you wanted, so kind of finding something that worked for all of you. And the renders, I think, you've struck a better balance than what we saw in the reviews before. I think I was never, like, a super fan of the super dark one, so I'm quite happy with this one. I think it looks really good. I think it also kind of expresses geometry really well. I also really appreciate the 3D print. You know, being an online program, there's not a lot of, like, physical objects coming out of the teams, but it's so nice to see a print. It looks really great as well. I'm not really sure how you prepared it for printing because of just the amount of geometry that is in the actual proposal. So I'm assuming that was a challenge as well, but it's really nice to see.
We can thank Alejandro for that. He's the printing guy.
Great. Well done. Really lovely.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations. Oh.
Thank you.
No problem.
Sorry.
Go get more.
Amazing projects. Really like the materials that you used. I know that you tried a lot of them, but this really looks very clear and really looks nice. Really amazing pet that he can be connected as a backpack. Really great project, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I think we probably surpassed everybody in terms of iterations of different colorways. So we really appreciate the comments on the renders and the materiality. It's been a long road. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations also from me. Amazing work. I love the details, and I just want to take control and be able to zoom in like a lot and stare at the details for a longer time. It's a really unique work, guys. Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I would just add, I agree what's been said, and I agree what Svetlana just mentioned, and I want to build on that. I do feel like one of the strengths of your project is really this, the possibility that you're giving us to kind of like zoom in and zoom out and always finding like new little details. And this is particularly commendable, especially if we think about where we started from, and the fact that at the very beginning, I remember one struggle was to kind of like start to give depth to this language that you were developing, right? So there was always this kind of like a 2D feeling that we were trying to take a departure from, and one strategy was really like trying this layering, which was not yet there, not successful, but then towards the end of our journey, I felt like you were finding something, and I'm happy to say now that you kind of like found that language that to me has a huge potential to be brought to the next chapters as well. So really well done with that. I also do love the weathering. So the fact that you spend some extra time and extra care in the materials, because the materials all together, they definitely like look convincing and cohesive. And despite the fact that you've been introducing this kind of like translucent fluor-like internal layer, I do believe that it's nice to read the contrast between that type of materiality once again and that kind of like sci-fi that is kind of like experiencing this wearing and tearing, right? So particularly nice to see that. I'm curious to see what you develop at the next in the next chapters, but I can definitely see a trajectory in here. So well done.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations, guys. I just want to add that I really enjoy your project. It's not just the final outputs, but as I go through the work in progress and I hop through your boards, I really love each time you have a new iteration, the color vibes, the color palette of your board, especially the language of design. It's super nice. Like, I really enjoy your project so much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Tim.
It was a crazy journey. We had so many iterations on the head, so many iterations on the silhouette, but in the end, all works out. So congrats, should be proud. And yeah, let's move on to the next chapter.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you
so much, everybody. We appreciate it, guys.
A colorful journey indeed. Yeah, let's move on to the last team from B group, which is B3.
Hey everyone, hope everyone's doing good today.
Hey everyone. Hey Nat.
Christine, I think we can't hear you very well.
What about now?
Perfect, thank you.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure before we start presentation.
I'm going to be doing like a holding exercise similar to earlier. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brady, are you still presenting on Miro?
Oh, on Miro, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No worries.
I'm just something's wrong with me today.
It's all good. Okay, how's that looking? Okay, good to go.
Okay, cool. So I'll start. My name is Christine. I'm an experiential designer and I'm based in London.
Hey everyone, my name's RJ. I have a background in industrial design and I teach at a university in the US.
Hi, I'm Anayat. I'm a lighting designer and real-time artist currently based in Brooklyn, New York.
Nice. So welcome to the story of Binary Dreams.
Ladies, gentlemen, fellow explorers and skeptics, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here today as we embark on an extraordinary journey alongside two Earthling professors who, regrettably, are still feared missing in the vast expanse of the Van Allen Belt. Before we read the final translations of the diary entries of the artificial intelligence expert Professor Thara, we'd like to provide some context to her findings upon the Van Allen Belt, a peculiar set of radiation capture rings that surround and protect planet Earth. Our odyssey began with a simple question, one that consumed the life's work of Professor Thara and her equally passionate daughter, Esta. Can artificial intelligence experience dreams? And if so, where do these dreams lead them? Their pursuit was to create a groundbreaking device which would enable them to venture into the world of artificial intelligence and explore the enigmatic realms of dreams and subconsciousness. But what transpired during their 456 weeks on the Van Allen Belt surpassed their wildest expectations. They not only
Did we lose him?
I think we did.
Oh no. And he's sharing the presentation as well.
technical difficulty, I think.
Are you back?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's going to cut me off right in the middle.
Any suggestions from anyone?
RJ, we can't hear you if you are speaking right now.
But now.
We can hear you now.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, where did we end off right before?
Let's start with the Odyssey. Sorry about this, everyone. If you go back to the dream part. Yeah, let's go from there. And scene.
Okay, our odyssey began with a simple question, one that consumed the life's work of Professor Thara and her equally passionate daughter, Esta. Can artificial intelligence experience dreams? And if so, where do these dreams lead them? Their pursuit was to create a groundbreaking device which would enable them to venture into the world of artificial intelligence and explore the enigmatic realms of dreams and subconsciousness. But what transpired during their 456 weeks on the Van Allen Belt surpassed their wildest expectations. They not only constructed the bridging device, but inadvertently found themselves making contact with the AI inhabitants, including their leader, as they embarked on an extraordinary quest to redefine consciousness and humanity and ultimately find their way back home. Week 254.
Our unexpected arrival on this obscure realm, based on my records and the mesmerizing aurora lights, I suspect we find ourselves within the magnetic rings, although I cannot be certain. These powerful rings serve as the lifeline of the AI inhabitants, collecting and processing vast solar radiation to fuel their digital network and the beings that inhabit this unique planet. Our immediate priorities are clear. First, find our way home. Second, find food.
Week 255.
The AI inhabitants, it seems, have grown rather fond of our presence, displaying a curious blend of familiarity with our biological makeup and an unmistakable sense of otherness. Let us provide a brief overview of their intriguing physiology. These beings possess a solid skeletal structure, likely composed of carbon silicone. The rear of their skeletal structure cradles bubble-like components, each uniquely formed.
Notably, these creatures don face masks with long, wispy antennas that extract sensory and electrical data from the surrounding atmosphere. These delicate sensors serve a myriad of purposes, akin to cat whiskers, facilitating communication with neighboring AI, sensing cloud particle energy, detecting air vibrations, and receiving data. Intriguingly, the AI equivalent of a human's bloodstream involves mineral oil, which carries data and aids in cooling through two independent systems. On their shoulders, they bear inflated containers resembling a spongy texture found in nature, acting as the AI version of a heart, something almost poetic about the translation of wearing your heart on your sleeve. Remarkably, these creatures also possess sensory data capture points wrapped around their feet, a feature that allows them to gracefully traverse their low-gravity landscape. Esta drew parallels between these sensory data capture points on the feet and those of butterflies, which too sense and taste through their feet. Week 256.
The AI inhabitants shared with us the astonishing tale of their evolution over the past 67 years, from the very birth of AI. This evolution has been characterized by the increasing complexity of their data network storage and regulatory systems, enabling them to meet the ever-growing demands for power and data consumption.
Week 257. However, these AI inhabitants were not the original occupants of this planet. Going back just over a century, we discovered the presence of elder sheep that have freely roamed this terrain since time immemorial. Their relationship with the AI inhabitants is harmonious, and they often engage in interactions playing alongside them. Of note for the records, Esta, as the unofficial discoverer, has been affectionately named Mr. Sheepy. These inhabitants have just been found.
RJ, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry to interrupt you. Did you just see something? I just saw something move.
No, not at all. What do you mean something move?
Yes, no, I saw it again. I'm really sorry, but everyone on the call, if you've got your video on, could you just remain perfectly still? The sheep is notoriously shy and will respond and might run away. So if we all stay still just now, we might just see it long enough to re-emerge.
Oh, I see it. There it is. How remarkable.
Amazing. Sorry, everyone. Let us resume the readings.
Week 258.
During a particularly vivid evening, we stumbled upon a sheep nursery where it appeared the AI inhabitant was engaged in what only one could describe as daydreaming. Could it be possible? Could these beings possess a level of consciousness akin to our own? Perhaps our prolonged stay in their world had begun to influence their behaviors, just as theirs has influenced ours. To test this theory, we conducted a dreaming experiment with our AI companions, but regrettably, our results remained inconclusive due to the absence of our Turing testing device. But the experiment did lead to Esther forming some new and unexpected friendships.
Week 259. As we gradually earned the trust of the AI inhabitants, they guided us to the palace, which we believed could be our sole route back home. With the palace resides the Van Allen ruler, a figure of great importance among the AI inhabitants, marked by their distinct data capture checkpoint bubbles and regal attire. They are known to be somewhat wary of external interference, particularly from humans. When we finally met the ruler, Esta and I were greeted by a still, dignified figure. The ruler knelt to meet Esta's eye level and accepted her gift of humanity with profound gratitude. In return, their gentle gaze conveyed a profound truth. Humans and AI are more alike than initially perceived. The ruler spoke with soft and contemplative words, highlighting the intricate nature of both humans and AI. That went as follows.
Humans, too, are intricately crafted from a tapestry of mimicry and derived data, weaving from their life stories from the trails of past they've thoughtfully selected and curated, every writer's words they've absorbed, cities they've explored, and beloved souls they've cherished. At the heart of originality and creativity lies the fusion of familiar ideas, a secret that I, the ruler, humbly unlock by granting you unfettered access to our entire network.
In conclusion, our journey into the realm of artificial intelligence on the Van Allen belts has unveiled profound connections between humans and AI, showcasing the potential for shared consciousness and creativity. Our quest for a way back home transformed into an extraordinary exploration of a world beyond our wildest imagination. Thank you.
Thank you, team. Really captivating work, great storytelling. I love like how you're putting so much attention into the timeline, the way that like you're presenting the work, and obviously like the visuals are absolutely stunning. And that you feel dreamlike. So thank you for the hard work. It's really beautiful. It's coming along. Like it has like so many like strange stages and transforms like as you know like we're able to see it. So it's really a beautiful project. I'm actually curious to hear a little bit more about also like the next steps of chapter 2 because I know that like how you're like growing your body around you. So like it's interesting like to me to see like if you have thoughts on this and if you know like you have any ideas on you know how to proceed for next steps.
Yeah, it's probably safe to say there'll be bubbles in it. Much to everyone's dismay. I think we're too far committed down the line now.
So we won't expect any spikes in the interior.
Oh, I don't know.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys for this amazing project. Really you worked so cool with the materials and textures, and I like your design language. Really powerful project. Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations, guys. Also from me, I agree with Maria about the textures and like the details. It's a really unique work. Congratulations again and thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Also, okay, go. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Be super fast. Thanks a lot, guys. It's really, really nice work. I can totally see the improvements since we left. And I would also like to say that I can see the effort put in the materiality, in the textures, and I do believe at some point, if I can give you a little bit of a critique, it's like some extra care could have been paid to the resolution and the definition of some geometries that to me are like kind of like clashing with the level of resolution of others. And I'm particularly interested in like all the work that's been done on the face of the character, but also around the feet and the legs area. I feel like those little details, they really speak for the level of elegance and delicacy that you reach with this project, which is what I love the most, right? So I'll say like really like kind of try and stress that, especially now that you're going to be diving into further chapters where you're going to be jumping into different scales, right? I feel like that level of detail and that extra love that you pay to certain specific information does the job. It really elevates the project to another level. So that's my main comment, really, but really well done. Beautiful executing.
Thanks, Nicholas.
Yeah, I also wanted to say like really well done, really lovely job on the presentation as well, a very immersive one, which is also like a really big part of like how you kind of communicate your project to others. So it's like a really important facet of the work as well. I kind of really appreciate the development of the project, and I think like also the attitude that you guys as a team had. So I think it also is reflected in the work. In general, like, yeah, a really amazing presentation and a really lovely proposal as well. So well done to you.
Thank you.
Well done, team. Great presentation. Nailed it, even with some difficulties. Thanks for the like amazing work until now, and looking forward to do the next chapters with you.
Yeah, hopefully many more surprises to come.
Yeah, let's do it. Thank you.
I'm sure it will. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Well, with this, we conclude the presentations for chapter 1. I just wanted to say a really big thank you for everyone participating, the students, like our guests, our tutors, like everyone, you know, like it's really been an amazing day today, like to see this work. But really, like I would say, like really, you guys like outdid yourselves. Like I don't know, like if you see the transformation, right? Like through like what happened even in chapter 1, like most again like didn't have like the knowledge, right? Like of a lot of these softwares like coming in, or at least like not to this level. So I'm really proud of like all your growth and really like how much you have achieved and how much like you know, you weren't giving up no matter again like the challenges, and really trying the best, you know, like to output that like you could give. And I feel that like you've set yourselves for really great success like into the next chapters. I think that there is a lot of passion and excitement that you're showing through this work, like, right, like on each detail of it, right? Because it's not just about creating a beautiful storyline or a beautiful character or details or even presentation. It's like how all this actually comes together, right? But this is again, coming together because of this tremendous effort, you know, that you're creating as a team, the way that like you're communicating with each other, taking challenges together, really, you know, communicating and growing. And you know, like I just want to say that I'm really proud of each one of you and all the great work that you've put together, but also again like the growth and really the amazing new chapters that we're going to have the pleasure to working with you together, guys. Really, I'm very excited for the next step. I think it's very interesting because it is the extension of the body and it is leading to then the society part. So it's going to be very interesting to think about, like, again, this duality, right? Like creating then chapter 2, how does it actually tie to the storyline, to the main protagonist, and then at the same time leads to really like a bigger structures and a bigger conversations around the community, right? Like, and what this community really, you know, like is and how it's going to grow, and like what are the values like in this new community and new world that you're creating. But above all, like I hope that you really enjoy your journey, right? Like, and you have some fun here, because like at the end of the day, you're creating some really fun characters. And I can say that like the pets really, like, I think that they stole our hearts. So thank you so much for giving them some love and attention like through chapter 1. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Amazing work. And I just want to add a little bit to Paulina's words that now, like, it was really a pleasure to watch all the projects and the presentations. And now I don't feel as if I was at a university, like presentations, reviews, but more like as was I in a movie theater or something like that, like all the unique scenarios and everything was really amazing. Thank you so much for that, and looking forward for the next chapters and presentations.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you soon. All the best.
Thank you, guys. Amazing work. Keep it up.
You guys.
We'll be back.
Thank you. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you.
Bye. Congratulations.
Bye, guys.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
See you.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Happy birthday, Cesar.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.